Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
I just want to start with biblical scripture, which it says, if, and I'm sure you're aware of this, why sever a good thing? Why destroy a good thing? And to the commendations of this commission, I wish to congratulate you and ask you to keep this map. This map is a token and also the model of how bipartisan commissions can put together a product that is world-class, that complies with democracy, complies with contiguity, compactness, and keeps our community whole. And I wish to compliment you and to thank you for a wonderful job. Now, the past district that we have, and which we're trying to replace, I am the district leader of this part here, 8024 Weprin. And my good friend Richard David, who spoke earlier, he's the district leader of 8031 for Anderson. I cite this to you because we have the mass. We have already had the people voting for us, the citizens. So it's very logical that you bring this to the conclusion because we have the majority in this district. And it is not for want of trying. Mr. Jenkins, you were appointed by the State Senate Majority Leader, Andrea Stewart Cousins. And if you ask my good sister, she will tell you, since 2006, we've been trying to get a seat. And I lost a State Senate seat by 500 votes. She has now gone to be the State Senate Majority Leader, and rightly so. But our community has been left behind in every possible area, in City Council, in State Senate, and in Congress. We have no one looking, sounding, or being with us that has been elected to represent us. None of these individuals, none of these representatives ever come to Richmond Hill, nor do they live here. In the case of David Weprin, and this is public knowledge, he comes from a dynasty since 1965 that has grappled this district in a stronghold. And then you have Hevesy, who's been, as you know, for quite a few decades also, and Adabo. As a matter of fact, my good friend Malcolm Smith is here. In 2006, Malcolm will tell you, Brother Malcolm, that I had to give up that seat for Adabo so we can have the State Senate majority for the first time since 1965. And Malcolm knows this. But before we could have had equity, I was pushed out by Adabo and the forces of B. So the institutional marginalization, for want of a better term, and the institutional suppression that has affected this community must end here today and forever. The reason being that enough is enough, and it's time for us, where our children that fight and die for America, where we are the essential workers of this country, where our folks are decimated because of the COVID, and where we lack the vital resources, that we should not be treated or continue to be treated like orphans and stepchildren. Because in doing that, it will be the most American way it can be, and I know that you can do better. So all I ask you to do, as biblical structure says, keep that which is good. Sorry, this one here. Don't get confused. This one. Let's have this map. Can I hear you? How many of you want this map? Can you tell the commission, please? So there you have by majority, by consent. And I do believe it will be in contempt of court. Judge Love, who ordered this hearing, will say, well, there's the two sides, and this is one of the great things of this commission. Republicans and Democrats agreed on this map. That is the greatest act of, and I'm glad Mr. Nesbitt is there. Thank you very much, Mr. Nesbitt. You kept your word. Mr. Imora, Ross Brady, all of you folks kept your word, and we had it out the last time. I'm here to tell you congratulations. Keep it up. We are grateful, and I think you have acted in the highest levels of democracy. Mr. Jenkins, just take your rubber stamp and stamp this one. This one has passed the test of decency, legality, and basic democracy. And I thank you very much, knowing you'll do the right thing.
Thank you for your testimony, and again, for the record, you are advocating for the IRC proposed Assembly District 24. Back.
Correct, yeah, and that's what so by much. Partisan agreement.
Yes.
And by consent.
I wasn't clear. Did you like the map?
Oh, like I said, this is a beautiful map.
No,
and not only I like the map, but everyone likes the map. So please tell Mr. Brady you like the map. Thank you very much, Mr. Brady.
I will talk to Commissioner Brady about that afterwards. Commissioners online.